So, about a few weeks ago or so, my friend and I were bored on PlayStation 4 and we wanted a new game to play. And it happened to be so that the two free PS Plus games for May of 2020 for the PlayStation 4 were Farming Simulator 19 and City Skylines. These games were free, and I looked at the farming one and it said multiplayer. The trailer featured detailed graphics and a big muscled guy driving this tractor with cool music playing. It also said it may contain content inappropriate for children, which was, a little weird since it was literally a farming game. So I was like, fair enough, it's free, screw it, let's just download Farming Simulator 19. And, what a mistake that was, for we were unaware of the sheer atrocity of a game that awaited us. I don't like to judge things after only a little bit of a first impression, but I played this game for probably less than 30 minutes, and damn, there is a lot to talk about. Now, I don't know what I was expecting, but we just wanted a fun multiplayer game to play. Farming, to me, is boring, but I played Stardew Valley before, and I love that game, so it is possible to make farming fun, I presume. But in this case, I see no ounce of fun that I could possibly retain from this farming game, given I only had a first impression. At least in the Stardew Valley game, it wasn't all farming. There was fishing, mining, you could interact with the town folk, and there was stuff, and there's just a lot more stuff. So anyways, in Farming Simulator 19, we clicked New Farmer, where you start the game from scratch, and then we had to design a character. Simple enough. I wasn't able to get any sort of picture for it, but there was a bunch of European and German servers for Farming Simulator, which was kind of funny. In fact, two whole servers were in Germany. So I guess I was just surprised that so many Germans would be interested in farming. So I guess there's a market for everything. But anyways, after loading into the world, we soon realized how bad the graphics were. It looked like some sort of game from the 2000s, and it seemed like it didn't have a budget at all. I know the game is based on farming, so graphics shouldn't really matter, but the screen was not appealing to the eye at all, and the character design was just so bad. The trailer showed the game as a glossy and beautiful HD farming game, but this was far from what we experienced. The way the characters moved and looked was so bad, it was actually hilarious, and I spent a lot of the time laughing at how bad they were. The characters also walked as fast as a car, so probably around 30 miles per hour they were walking. Another problem was that we skipped the tutorials, so we had no idea what to do. We were just roaming around the countryside with no idea what to do, and then we eventually found a shop. You started the game with 1,000,000 coins, and after not taking the game seriously, we devoted some time to buying lots of trucks and driving them into the lake. There wasn't much to do anyways besides farming, so I ended up deleting the game and never playing it again. However, I was still intrigued by it, and I wondered why so many people were playing it, so I investigated. Google's description of Farming Simulator 19 was, play the most complete farming experience ever. Become a modern farmer and develop your farm on two huge environments filled with exciting new farming activities, crops to harvest, and animals to tend to. Okay, let me stop you right there. Exciting new farming activities. Excuse me, but it is very hard to make farming fun. Stardew Valley accomplished this somehow, and so upon deciding to make this video, I looked further online to this video of a British guy playing the game to see what we would have missed if we didn't delete or uninstall the game. I watched a long portion of his video, and it was quite boring, and I feel okay to say, even though I barely played this game, that I certainly did not miss anything. I mean, the selling point of the game is literally farm like never before, so you know something was up. It's literally just farming, no other game aspects, and I find that quite boring, along with the dull graphics. But the thing that is really confusing is one, why is the price for this game so high? I mean, it's literally farming. And even though I got it free for the PS Plus, these guys are selling the game for $40. A farming game with terrible graphics for $40. Even if you enjoy the game, you have to agree that this is wildly overpriced. The second confusing thing is why there are almost like 20 farming simulator games, apparently, since this is the 19th version. What more can you change about farming? I always thought it was stupid how they make a new Madden or NBA game each year and then charge 50 or $60 for it when it's really the same game, but with different players and game mechanics for each season of the sport. Pardon me, because I don't know much about sports or these games, but it makes much more sense to have one game that is constantly updated to the current NFL or NBA instead of charging lots of money each year for the same game as a rip-off marketing tactic. But though having an independent sports game come out every year is stupid, then what about a new farming game come out every year? There's literally like 20 of them. What changes that much every year about farming that you really need to make a whole new game for each year? No wonder the graphics are so bad if the developers only had a year to put this thing together. Like online search results for Is Farming Simulator 19 Worth It say, it wouldn't hurt to wait, but 19 is a good progression in the series. I've already got my worth out of the game in hours played, and it's only gonna get better. Excuse me, but what do you mean good progression in the series? It's all farming, literally farming. What possibly could you add to the game each year to make it a good progression in the series? What, a couple of new hay bales? Or a new colored horse? Or a new truck? Or new farming methods? Yeah, okay, but it costs $40. You gotta be out of your mind to buy Farming Simulator each year for like $40. Overall, I only had a taste of playing the Farming Simulator 19 game after I got it free off the PS Plus free games thingy, but it's enough to put this little PSA, would you call it, out there to warn people. Do not buy Farming Simulator 19 unless you're crazy and some kind of farming fanatic. No wonder PlayStation put this game out there free. Okay, that's just about it. Make sure to subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
It just goes into the void.